Dangerous You're Not on YouTube also said, I was just about to comment on the fact that it doesn't excuse her that she was thrown into, but at the same time, she had potential for growth. And I think that's the most important thing, right? Here's actually, I do have one last thing, and I'm glad I read that. Here's the thing, like, this may be semantics or pedantic, but if you weren't criticizing her directly to her face when she was alive, why are you doing it now after she's dead? I tell you why. This is not to challenge you. This is not a rhetorical question. Well, maybe it is a rhetorical question. But the reason you're challenging her after she's dead is because of all of the outpouring and attention and love that is being given to, that's being fomented to the top of the national conversation. I mean, think about it, right? You had plenty of opportunity to go at her directly and have this dialogue, and have a dialogue such that it could help her to grow, because we all have to grow. But I don't recall this happening as when she was alive. I see this in reaction to all of the national attention, all the love, all the outpouring, all the tears, all the pain that's fomented to the top of the national discourse because of her death. And so to me, this is somewhat reactionary. I see a lot of it as reactionary to the fact that a lot of people are grieving her. And so to me, that becomes problematic, because if it was about a genuine conversation about how do we forward this, how do we forward the black community in particular, because the language that she used, I'm not going to read the tweets, but if you go and find the tweets, she has the language, absolutely has the language of the black community, the urban black community, the young urban black community, stuff that's being said, I mean, stuff that you would hear right now in our communities. And maybe in other communities, I can't speak for other communities, but I can tell you just from our communities, this was such a problem. Remember when Kobe Bryant, let's speak on the LGBTQ problem with Erica Garner. Remember when Kobe Bryant got in trouble for saying almost the exact same phrase on a basketball court? Right, and the GLAAD came out and, and rightfully so, called him on the carpet, right, and he was held accountable for it. So I only say that to say that this is a deeply rooted problem in the black community that needs to be addressed every single step of the way, which is why I'm not attempting to silence anyone who has this criticism, but I do have to ask the question, like, why now and not when she was alive? Why was there not a concerted effort to address this while she was alive? And I'm sure somebody did, but it's to say this, now that she's dead and gone, it's not everywhere. Let me not be hyperbolic, but it is coming from quite a few corners, not only from the LGBTQ community, but from some of the immigrant community who felt that she didn't have a concern, or that she had a direct lack of concern for immigrants, and that she was focused only on her issue and not the immigrant community. And my thing is this: if this is how I feel personally. I'm not asserting this as a fact or even as an analysis. I'm just saying how I feel personally, and what it is what it is. So you can attack me accordingly. But if you wait until I express my love and mourn someone to point out something that you could have said when they were alive, then to me, you're not so much attacking them, you're attacking my compassion for them, my hurt for them, my attention that I'm giving them, the fact that I'm grieving, that we are grieving Erica Garner. You're not attacking the issue, you're attacking our grief. I could be completely wrong, but that's how I feel. And people generally are, when they're in their feelings about something, they have the potential of being wrong. So I'm not saying this as a means of being an asshole, because you guys know when I'm an asshole, I directly try to be an asshole. But I am saying when I ask myself the question, why now and not when she was alive, it's because of all the grief and outpouring for Erica. And to me, that's problematic. And I probably am wrong. But that's how I feel.